If you've been following the story of Naziah Harris, then you know at the time of her disappearance, Naziah Harris was just 13 years old when she went missing from Detroit, Michigan. Her grandmother, Annette Harris, reported her missing to Detroit Public Schools on January the 10th, 2024. Sadly, Naziah nor her body has been found. Now, if you've been keeping up with the videos on my page, then you know normally I would be more consistent with posting. Unfortunately, I've been under the weather, so I'll try to get back into the routine of things, once I get to feeling better. But Naziah Harris' brother, Vari, had an interview today, and they covered a wide range of topics. There have been a lot of questions online, such as whether or not Naziah and Vari shared the same father, and where is, if they don't share the same father, then where his father is. What's interesting about this is because there's a video on my page of an interview that Vari did. And after that interview was posted, it subsequently came down. Now, he made a statement in that interview and said the police had told them to not do interviews or not do podcasts. But so I thought it was interesting that this interview dropped, and I did watch it. He answered a lot of questions. He did double down on supporting his grandmother. He also makes a plea to the Detroit police department in telling them that they need to focus on a suspect. So let's go ahead and get into this interview. Some very interesting things that are being discussed here.
We had to get to know you under bad circumstances because it was a bad thing that happened to your sister, unfortunately. But I just want to let you know that this may be the story that's told in the world. She may have had to be the face for it to bring that awareness. She's not the only one. I know someone in my family, same age, same situation, a auntie boyfriend. It happened in my family. So I just saw Toya Regine, Lil Wayne's daughter. Toya brother came out and said, my uncle got my mama pregnant. That's how I got here. Her big brother Walter, I was like, what? But these things happen.
Yeah,
it's just the murder usually doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Or the disappearance.
I agree.
But usually a baby born to a family member is swept under the rug. Incest happens all the time.
Yeah, but now all this is big. Now kids, coming forward, adults coming forward, a lot of people coming forward, and that's good. I feel like that's good because it's good for the community. I feel like everybody, we should want the community to be safe, not just for us, but for the kids,
Yeah.
To change lives,
So we gonna get into it. I want to know, so your sister was 13 during the disappearance. Is she still 13 or did she turn 14 already?
She turned 14 already.
Okay, so now she's 14 and
September 16th.
you... So what age are you now?
I'm 18.
Okay, so you're 18, she's 14, so that will give you guys a 4-year age difference. Okay. So, 4-year age difference, same mom, same dad?
Same mom, different dad.
Okay, where's your dad?
I don't know. I think they said my dad was deceased. Last time, I checked in, they said my dad was deceased, but her dad passed away before she went missing.
I did see this story, and I also heard his interview. He sounded in deep grief. Have you ever seen her dad physically? Met him?
Yeah, I had. We pulled up on me one day. We chopped it up, went out to eat. He just kicked it with me. Because I ain't really meet him like that. I ain't never get to meet, my sister dad like that.
So you didn't know him until the disappearance. You never met him.
I knew she had a dad, I knew he was coming around and stuff, but I ain't never known him personally.
Okay. So basically, when he found out she disappeared, that's when he probably connected with you a little bit more.
Yeah, soon he was trying to want to help me out,
And that's a great thing to do because somebody taught me. I used to always be like, no. Forget that. It wasn't even that. It was just no. if you weren't here then, I'm not forgiving nobody. Don't come around now. Somebody told me. The person that helped me start this podcast, they passed away.
Yeah.
He told me, like, long as somebody got breath in their body, they should have a right to, redo their wrongs. And it hit me hard, like, you're right. Who are we not to forgive or, let people still come around after they made a mistake, because we are humans,
And I feel like when people do come around, after when they did something, it brings back the energy every time. Like the same flashbacks, the same emotion. It's not it, That's why, like, a lot of people, we best off staying from around it. That's why a lot of people don't go to funerals and stuff like that. So I understand.
So, both of you guys' dads are deceased. So where's your mom at this point?
My mom, she's out here somewhere. She's in Detroit.
Okay.
She close by, but she's out here grieving. She trying to, like, she going through it. She got her, addiction and stuff. I love my mom, but she going through it.
Yeah, so, as you should love your mom, regardless of her circumstance. She gave you life, and that's honorable for you to say.
I just pray every day, pray every day, every night. Things get better. God bless us with more blessings, and it's just all about just doing right. Doing right in life. Everybody not perfect, Everybody make mistakes, That's where I feel like where I made a mistake when I left home. I feel like I should have, stayed home a little bit longer, but I had to do what I had to do for it. So.
Yeah. So you regret leaving the house then? Would you
Yeah,
say
but
that?
at the same time, it's like when I did leave, stuff was getting better. It's just the people that be around.
What you mean by things were getting better?
Like, like my grandma. Well, I'm gonna start off with me because I left the house. So.
Yes.
Like, I started getting my life together. Getting my own ID. Which everybody should have. ID, just getting my information. Just getting my life right, job, and all. Just keeping the head on.
Because is there a scenario going around that's stating that you ran away? So did you leave home or did you run away?
I left home. I just left home.
I
ain't run away. I just left home. Like, it was incidents that I did run away. Like, it was one time I did, run away. But that because, like, I think I was going through that depressed moment at the time. Like, all them flashbacks, think about mom and stuff, what happened to us and stuff. It's deep.
Okay.
And it was just a lot. And I feel like my grandma, she wasn't there, like, to check in on, like, our mental. Like, where me and my little sister mental was at. As far as being like a mom, because she was our guardian.
Yes.
So it wasn't up there. It wasn't all like she wasn't checking, seeing where our mental was at. Is y'all okay? Or things gonna be okay. Or, we ain't really do nothing. We ain't really go out. That's just honest.
So basically, it was like a cage situation. Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I grew up in a strict house. So would you say your grandmother was strict?
She was, stuck in her own way. So I can't.
Cause
I mean, like, I'm not gonna bash her for it.
Yeah.
It's okay, but I wasn't. It wasn't for me.
Okay, because I, if you could hear, I got a little accent. My mom's from the South, so they grew up on a farm of Tunnel Springs, Alabama, right by Pensacola, Florida. So my mom grew up with all that, farmland, know how to sew by hand, cook everything from scratch. She know how, they had bugs on their land. My mom she said for fun, they used to run from the bugs, jump in the vineyard, and jump. So
that's deep.
They grew up really, really strict, but my mom, she grew up so strict. I only have sisters. I don't have no brothers. But she would nail down the windows. My mom did play like men in our house and sitting on men laps. It's just certain things that women do have to teach young girls.
I agree.
And if you don't, sometimes that could be a casualty.
Safety could be in
molestation, of abuse, mental, because every abuse is not just sexual. It could be mentally, you know what I'm saying? It could be a lot. So, So your grandmother was more like strict then. So basically, like, y'all really just was like, in the house, really not leaving that much, not going nowhere, and she probably, just
we took our time.
Mhm.
Like it was mostly like take care of responsibilities around the household. You know, like me, I used to leave
Mhm.
basketball practice, come home, clean up, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do my chores and stuff. But I feel like that was taking like a bunch from what I wanted to do. Where I was, that's because that's where like all my talent and stuff was at. Like basketball, I was good at basketball.
Mhm.
Had nice good grades, and I had got a scholarship, Ball State, Ferris State University and stuff.
Okay.
And they wanted me to come play basketball. So I had that opportunity, but it was just like when I started missing practices, missing games and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I had to be at home, take care of stuff at home.
Mhm.
Yeah, I lost it.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, but
So,
you can always probably try to,
yeah,
regain
but I
that
feel
back and
like
go
my
back if
head,
you
like,
want.
Yeah, my head is on like something like more level. Like I'm on a different level now. Like I don't know if I want to, play basketball no more.
Okay.
Maybe it's still in me. I can still ball.
You
Like
said you still got it.
Summertime, I go to the court, ball duck, and I go hoop with my group of friends and stuff. We
Yeah.
text each other like, yeah, y'all ready to go to ball duck Saturday, and we all meet up.
Okay, I gotta see this, then. I gotta see this. Might have to put something on FanDuel and catch you out there one day.
For real, and we could probably film it too. Just have
Okay.
this one day we could come out and just. We'll let everybody know, like, look, we filming today, so everything we gonna get on camera. So I know everybody gonna boy. If you be on camera, everybody.
Okay, right. Everybody want to show out. It's like when that girl come to practice.
Yeah, you know how it be. But yeah, I've been just taking it day by day, with this whole situation with my sister. I didn't come out and talk immediately because the detectives and they wanted us to stay off social media as much as we can because it was messing with the investigation. So
now, were you interviewed by the detectives?
She did ask me questions. I answered her questions.
But you wasn't interrogated.
No, I wasn't. It wasn't.
Okay.
They just asked me questions like, "Have you seen your sister? Or do you know anything?"
Okay.
Just
the basic standard questions when someone is a missing person.
Regular procedures. Yep.
Now, however, dealing with the home situation, let's go back there. So, in the home with your grandmother, is it just you and Isaiah Harris that only stays there at this time?
No, it was multiple children.
Okay, so it wasn't never just your grandmother with just you and your sister living there.
No.
Okay, so now this is where the bigger picture come into play here. So when you say multiple children, so this is where your auntie must live there, right, with her children.
And then she had 2 other children that she adopted.
Oh, so she had 7 children.
She was a foster mom. I mean, we had a household. There was a lot of us. And then my other auntie come over, which is her twin. She bring her kids over. So, family just, it's a lot.
It's a huge family, so it's a lot of kids there. So there's 7 children with your auntie who lives in the residence, correct? Okay, so
it might be more because my auntie was living there, but she moved. She got her own house.
Okay, so the other twin was living there as well with her kids.
Her 2 kids. Now they have their own house.
Okay, so how many kids does that twin have?
2.
Okay, so now we're looking at 9, and then you 2, so that makes 11. 3 adults, 11 children. How many bedrooms is in this home?
It's at least about like 5, 6. Nice little house.
Okay, so you just heard from Vari, who, of course, is Isaiah Harris' older brother. He did clarify that him and Isaiah, they share the same mother, but they do not share the same father. And that, unfortunately, his father is deceased and Isaiah Harris' father is deceased, which there is an interview on my page, if you haven't listened to it, of Isaiah Harris' father. Before he passed away, he had done that interview. Now, were any of you aware that his father, Vari's father, was also deceased? He also mentioned that he had an opportunity to kind of go play basketball. Unfortunately, he couldn't with everything that was going on. He said that he was interviewed by detectives, or they had asked him some questions. He talked a little bit about the family dynamics there. And he also said again that the detectives asked them to stay off social media because it could potentially hurt the case. With all of this in mind, was any of this information new to anyone? And do you feel like they're continuing to be on social media and that they're going to hurt the case? Or do you feel, with what you've heard right now, that it's not harmful? There's some more in-depth questions that they discuss and go over, so let's get into that.
He went to the house was clean. I mean, up to par. He said he would have never suspected anything.
Yeah, we kept the house clean. She made sure we stayed on our chores. We did our chores ourselves too. Like it'd be days when she didn't even have to get on us about our chores. We just keep the house clean.
Okay, so the aunt that's kind of under interrogation now, her name is Shannon. Is that correct?
Yep.
So when did your other aunt kind of like leave the home? Were you still there when she left the home?
Wait, you talking about like my sister?
No, was your auntie, Shannon's sister, her twin sister, was she still living there when you left the home, when you ran?
They was still living.
Okay, so everybody still was living under there when you ran away.
Mm-hmm.
So what age were you when you ran away from the home?
I was about what? I was small.
Because you're 18 now, so
15, 16.
15, 16, you never went back. Okay.
Like I stopped over there, check. I went over to check on my sister. Kick with my grandma. Other than that,
just so you can handle your grief a little better. I know you said that was your biggest mistake leaving. Most young boys, if nobody told you, they leave around that time.
Mm-hmm.
They leave the home. Every guy I've ever known that's of almost African American descent, if I can give a percentage, probably 85 to 90% leave their mother's home when they are around like 15, 16. So that's not out of the norm. However, everybody leave for different circumstances. Some may live with their father.
Mm-hmm.
Some may leave with a cousin that let them do more, or an older brother.
I agree.
So when you left, where did you go?
I went to go stay with a friend of mine.
Okay, so you still with a friend of yours. Now, was their parents more lenient? Is that why you kind of went?
Her, she was like more like caring. Like she was,
nurturing and stuff,
like
what you needed.
Everything. I had everything. She made sure we was good, went to school, everything.
Okay, so
I ain't had no problems there.
Okay, so you had more like love and attention from there. So that's basically what you was running away from.
And a lot of respect too. Like,
okay.
Everything I said, they just say, and they listen to me.
Okay.
And they ain't just, just sit there and just judge me anything. They understand everything I said.
Okay. So, back to your grandmother's house. So, when you're living there, did you ever see Jarvis there, ever?
I seen him a couple times. Like, usually when he'd come to, visit his kids.
Mm-hmm.
He'd come to see his kids. I ain't see nothing other than that.
Did he ever spend a night?
No. Not that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never seen him spend the night. I don't think my grandma played at no grown man, spend the night in the house.
Yeah, because I know your grandmother said, no, he didn't really come in. He didn't spend a night.
No, she didn't. She'd have him, fix stuff,
Mm-hmm.
I remember the time, she had to replace the toilet. She had him put the toilet in, fix some doors, stuff that need to be fixed around the house, he'd help with it.
Mm-hmm. But when the text messages was released,
yeah,
it was your sister stating, meet me in the basement or upstairs in the room. So that indicated to the public that this man had to been staying there based on the times.
No,
we don't know if your auntie was sneaking him in because most, I grew up with 4 sisters.
I don't know either, but it's me hearing this whole situation and hearing the messages, he groomed her.
Yes.
And it wasn't even just like now. It's just, you feel me? It was you feel me? A couple of years later too.
Yes.
And it was fresh to me. So when I heard it, it was it broke me. I'm like, dang, this deep, this big. It's bigger than ever. But me feeling like that towards my sister, dang, it's just I wish she would have came to me. You feel me? But she probably knew how I was gonna react. I probably would have,
But it seemed like
Yeah,
what you ran to, that's what she was looking for. When you said you ran away to this other home, you was getting love, attention, caring, you know, it was respect, it was people listening to you, you had someone to talk to, versus her, she must have lacked what you lacked. Because it seemed like she was trying to get it from him. Because not all of the texts were sexual. It was just saying, I want you to love me. I don't want to lose you. Like she was running looking for love, and unfortunately she found it from somebody that was a pedophile monster, basically.
Yeah, but she dang, this crazy. She came to me and she was like, you know, she had talked to me times and times, like when we be in school and stuff, she likes when somebody, you feel me, always sort of like let me know, like, cause that's just big bro,
Yeah.
all up in that, all in the business. She told me, she had a couple, you feel me, boys that she dated, which is her age, you feel me, that was in her grade, and she knew them since they were like little, so it's like.
So you only knew of child play boyfriends, puppy love. You never knew it was serious. You never knew your sister was having sex, being molested. Even, did you know she was pregnant?
I would have known. No, that's what everybody keep asking me. Like, do you know your sister was pregnant? No, I didn't. When I looked inside the TikTok video, because somebody sent it to me, they said, go look at your sister's last TikTok video she made. I went to go look at it, and I didn't really see none of it, like, because she had a coat on.
Yeah.
So I ain't really, but when I looked at her face was puffy.
Like pie face.
So I was thinking about, it took me back when I had my daughter.
Yeah.
And my baby mama was pregnant with my daughter. Her face was puffy and stuff, so it was like, you know what I'm saying? Did I want to believe her, or did I didn't want to believe it? But her face was getting puffy, so I could believe that she was pregnant. And it was in the messages too, and then the pregnancy tests and stuff. So it's crazy. This whole situation is crazy.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, are you in shock? You would say?
Yeah, I say I'm hurt too, but it's like I just wish everything. I just wish my auntie never messed with him. Everybody. I mean, she grown. She gonna talk to who she talk to, but you should know. You should before you even talk to a person, you should know them. You should know what they got going on, who that person is, and what that person is capable of. And that's just real with anyone like that come around.
Yes, because I saw your auntie state, out her own mouth, say, yes, he told me that he went to jail before for being a child molester. But she said, I gave him a chance because society gave him a chance and I was 19. So what do you got to say about that?
I feel like she should have just left him alone, I can't see no, female just being with a pedophile, It's crazy.
So the thing is for me, to your auntie, society doesn't have to house Jarvis. He doesn't have to live with them. He doesn't have to be around their kids. The judge don't know Jarvis. It's not living with Jarvis.
Based off paperwork,
Yeah, so he's released until the world, society doesn't have to house them.
Yeah, and this whole situation, I just wish, I just wish I was there for my little sister a little bit more than I was. Because don't get me wrong, I was there for my little sister just to clear everything up, and my little cousin. My cousin, nobody knew about none of this. Like, I know my auntie, she was, putting out reports and stuff, but I ain't never know what the reports and stuff was about. Because, I was little. I ain't really pay too much attention to that stuff.
Yes, because that was going to be my next question. Did any of y'all know before she passed that he was convicted pedophile before all of this?
No, I didn't. If I would have known, I would have, I feel like I would have took my sister with me if I would have known, you feel me? He was coming around, and then the kids being there, it's a lot of females in our family, so the kids and then, the little boys and stuff, that's not cool. I would have took my sister with me, and I would have, try to connect with my auntie to see, what resolution could she come up with.
Because I also stated that his fiance that was on the stand, She said that Jarvis was very good with her kid and would take her kid to his shop. So did you ever go up to his shop? Did he ever teach you how to change oil, tires, anything?
I did go up there like during the summer, like one time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I went up there with it one time, you know, because I used to walk to football practice and stuff like that, basketball practice and stuff. Because I used to play for my school, and they got all types of men working in there. And I did my research, and some of the men that was working at his, you know, oil shop, they had the same background as him.
Yes, so I found that out as well, that a lot of them went, because that's usually the only work they can get sometimes, working for themselves. So usually these independent contractors or, you know, mechanics or, you know, I'm not trying to put the label on all of them. Most people that work for themselves is because they may be a convicted felon.
Okay, so you just heard from Vari, who, of course, is Naziah Harris' older brother. He did clarify that him and Naziah, they share the same mother, but they do not share the same father. And that, unfortunately, you know, his father is deceased and Naziah Harris' father is deceased, which there is an interview on my page, if you haven't listened to it, of Naziah Harris' father. Before he passed away, he had done that interview. Now, were any of you aware that his father, Vari's father, was also deceased? He also mentioned that he had an opportunity to kind of go play basketball. Unfortunately, he couldn't with everything that was going on. He said that he was interviewed by detectives, or they had asked him some questions. He talked a little bit about the family dynamics there. And he also said again that the detectives asked him to stay off social media because it could potentially hurt the case. With all of this in mind, was any of this information new to anyone? And do you feel like they're continuing to be on social media and that they're going to hurt the case? Or do you feel with what you've heard right now that it's not harmful? There's some more in-depth questions that they discuss and go over, so let's get into that.
Or is responsible for the disappearing of a 13-year-old little girl. That all y'all knew was up there.
Yeah, and did you see it was a video of, I don't know if he actually Jarvis' brother or not.
Yeah, I saw that. So what do you think about that allegation? Jarvis' brother is stating that your auntie Shannon is the reason why Naziah Harris is not here with us today.
I want to believe, but at the same time I can't, because one, I don't even know if that's actually his real brother. That's something everybody need to do research on first before we even jump into anything, if that's his real brother or not.
Right.
Two, I wouldn't be mad at him because I don't think nobody would play with any information like that, especially dealing with this high profile case. I don't think nobody had played with a case like that, but he came on there and he was just like, he was saying like, yeah, they Shannon know, and
yeah, Shannon beat her up bad.
They must have contacted him. If that's the case, Jarvis must have contacted him.
So this could be a play of clear my name, put it on the auntie, or this could be a play of I'm telling the truth. Yeah. I know what really happened.
Yeah, I'm trying to get this over.
I'm trying to get it off my conscience. But it is stated that he does have a brother. I think it is, we know he have a sister because she got on the stand, and that was honorable of her. What do you think about his sister, Jarvis' sister, getting on the stand, saying that she actually did see your sister, Naziah Harris, with him the day that she went missing at that mechanic shop?
She should have I feel like she should have just reported it, Why would you let it get so far along? I feel like if anybody sees something weird, you go with your gut, report it, do what you do.
Yeah.
It's whether if you're right or wrong, it's best for safety, I say. I'm going to say that, safety-wise for kids and everybody. Because I just can't see it.
So what is your relationship now with your auntie Shannon?
I don't associate with my auntie like that. Honestly, I love her, but I can't love her for, you feel me, dating a molester and took my little sister out the world that was close to me, so I can't forgive her for that.
Do you think she need to be brought up on charges?
Um, dang, it's deep. It's really deep.
Do you think she knew?
I feel like she knows something. Cause how the way she put herself out there, like you putting yourself out there like you don't care.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even though I know my people don't really deal with the internet like that, but they be on Facebook. I know they do. I know they be on Facebook, but they not trying to. You feel me? Nothing. I don't know.
What was your reaction when the judge said, as her auntie, you sat up here with no emotions?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Jarvis' Brent's sister cried the whole time.
I sat there.
She was very emotional.
I kind of broke down. You feel me? When the judge told, when I watched it, and the judge said, "You don't have no emotions."
And she said that about your grandmother as well.
Yeah,
no emotions. It was like they didn't care at all.
It was kind of deep, but I feel like at the same time, people, you feel me, trying to control their emotions. Like I feel like I wouldn't even want to break down in court. You know, I'd probably like do it closed doors, like when I get home or something like that.
Yeah, I can understand that from a man's point of view.
Yeah, when it's all said and done.
But from a woman's point of view,
yeah, like you said, from a woman's point of view,
a lover, your kid's father, and your young niece who is a victim, someone that has no control over what goes on in her life because she's a child. She can't think for herself as an adult, but you made an adult decision to bring this into her life, and you showed no emotion on the stand. You act like you was irritated, you know.
And I agree, you know. I love my grandmother, but, you know, I feel like she needs to, you know, open her eyes a little bit more. You know, realize what time we in. We ain't stuck thinking the whole time no more.
Yeah.
You know, this is what's going on now. This how our society is moving now. You know?
So, do you think, based on, there was one specific text message I want to bring it up because I really don't want to bring up any of the graphic ones, you know, that was out on your sister. There was one where your sister was asking your auntie a certain address or how to get to this certain street. Your auntie gave her that information how to get there, knowing they said that was a street that Jarvis used to be on. So, do you think your auntie had an inkling or she knew that this man was messing with her niece? Because she was calling her fast and everything.
I think she didn't know. And that's honestly, I ain't holding no emotions, none of that back. I feel like she knew, and that's just how I feel. You know, I don't care about how nobody else feels. At the end of the day, it's my little sister, you know.
Right.
At the end of the day, I don't care what my grandma feel, nobody else feel inside the family, because it's my little sister. And they all agreed to it, you know. I ain't gonna hold that back from them. They did agree on me with that. But so far, I don't.
So you think she knew?
I think she knew, and I just think it's hard for her just to, you know, she's scared, you know. But
I see. So it looks like she lost a lot of weight. Did you notice that? They've been saying that.
Yeah, because the twins and them, they did go. the twins used to go work out with each other. They used to have days where they go with each other just to go to the gym and stuff.
Okay. But significantly, since this case is about, they said they dropped a lot. It looked more like stress weight. Do you think it's stress or they naturally was just trying to work out anyway to lose the weight? Because one is smaller than the other. It looks like Shannon is small.
I feel like it's both. Shannon more stress. Marquita more, you know, I feel like neutral. She's neutral.
And Marquita's daughter was actually on the stand too, right?
Yeah, and that hurt me too, which is my little cousin.
So she witnessed.
Yeah, and my little cousin going through, you know, she in therapy right now. She going through, you know, depression and stuff. You know, she's stressed. She feel like it's her fault, you know.
She should have told.
Yeah, she feel like she should have told, and you know, she's trying to kill herself, all types of stuff. So that's why her dad got her in therapy and stuff now. So he doing good with her with that and stuff like that. So appreciate him with that for doing that for her. But
now, have you been to any of the court dates?
No, but when this next trial come, I will be there. It just I couldn't do it it was too much at the time.
Yeah,
But
because a
now
lot
I
of
feel
people
like,
lose it in the courtroom. I did see her father saying he almost jumped over, did
yeah,
this, he had to be kicked out,
hmm
thrown out.
yeah. So, but I feel like I do need to, show up to one of the court dates, for not just to show up for, for my sister, 'cause
Hmm.
it's not really about me. This about getting justice for my sister. I ain't worried about the money, the fame, none of it. You feel me? I just want to know what my little sister had. Just want to have a proper burial,
Right.
good memorial, and just forever, have her name, forever live her name on, because she was an innocent little girl. She was groomed into something that she wasn't.
Yes, it looks as that because I saw many pictures prior to this molestation when she was younger. You could just see, I seen pictures of you and her. You could just see the light, just happy, just joyful.
It was happy.
And then after that, it looks like it was more vulgar songs, more like singing more. I think it was one she said she was going to be a wife and going to have babies and all of this. So it's
I
like,
seen the video.
so now looking back, it looked like, who were you singing to? Who were you talking
Who
about?
was you relating on? I kind of look back at that too.
And then you look at this grown monster man that came into a family and seen it was a lot of kids there.
It's crazy.
And did that. And I also read where now are your cousins Shannon children still in her custody because they said CPS came and removed them.
I think the kids are still in their care right now.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's gonna actually happen or not, but this situation deep, so I feel like it is gonna happen. I feel like the kids gonna get removed, even though I don't want them to. But if it's best for their safety,
Yes.
I agree. If it's best for the kids' safety, But this situation changed a lot
Mhm.
for everybody in the world.
So has it split you guys family up apart or
It have
like are people taking sides like this family, this cousin here, there, and there?
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, all this family arguing and stuff. Like, cause we was little. I ain't knew Roxy. I ain't never know Roxy. Like,
Okay.
until like I got older and they start telling me about her and stuff like that. And then with this stuff, when Isaiah came out, and then I met her at the little balloon release. She did for Isaiah, which was I appreciate her for that. But her immediate family, which is us, we was still putting together, what we wanted to do for Nasai.
Right.
This is deep. It's a lot with this. Honestly, I wouldn't even know what to do, but at the same time, like, it's my little sister, so I do whatever for my little sister.
Right. How you feel about like Skilla Baby and all these celebrities and all of them bringing awareness to her?
I appreciate them like so much. Like, even though I ain't asked for it, just that's off the love, you feel me, they have. You feel me? It touched them. It's touched everybody throughout the whole world. So I appreciate them for, getting that out. And, Rod Wave, that's my guy. I be listening to Rod Wave a lot, so I appreciate him for doing that. And
yes, and Detroit's own Skilla Baby for doing and making it his Instagram Abby.
Yeah, and I don't blame him for what he said, when he helping, but he said he ain't giving nothing to my grandma, aunties, and them, so I appreciate that, you feel me? For real, because, at the end of the day, my little sister gone.
Well, it definitely was heartbreaking to hear that Naziah Harris' little cousin, which Shannon Harris, who's the aunt, has a twin sister, and her twin sister's daughter testified on the stand. Her father did go live. That live is on my page. If you haven't seen it, check it out, where he explained that the internet was giving his daughter a tough time. It is refreshing to hear that the father has taken the appropriate steps as far as getting his daughter, in counseling to get her some help. But it's unfortunate that, a child that age feels like it's her fault. That's very unfortunate to hear. Now, you did hear Vari say that, the rapper had came out Skilla baby and offered to pay for the services, and that he was happy that he wasn't going to give the money, to anyone, and he would just pay for Naziah here as like a celebration of life, if that comes about, for Naziah, and he was happy about that. So what are your thoughts so far about the interview and some of the key takeaways? And then let's go ahead and get into the rest.
At the end of the day, my little sister gone.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Everybody else kids still here, my twin gone. I feel like that ain't fair.
Right. No, it's not fair at all. It's not fair. It's not, it's no justice in it,
Yeah, 'cause I gotta live with it. I gotta sleep with her picture in my room,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta have her on me and stuff like that.
And it won't be no peace until her body is found.
Even though I'm still gonna be, going through it, I feel better. Like, okay, we found my little sister. I know what's what.
Mm-hmm.
This how I'm finna deal with it now, And that's just how it is. That's just how anybody should move after when you lose somebody. It's always how you bounce back. You feel me from it.
Yes. Another question I wanted to ask you: who told you she was missing? Was there a call?
I got a call, cause I was gone.
Okay.
I was, with my friends, and when I got the call saying my little sister was missing, I immediately shot over there where they was at. Start looking for her and stuff, passing out flyers and stuff like that.
So when did you get the call? Was it the day January 9th, or is this the next day?
It was the same day. As soon as when she went missing, they called me.
So is this at night? What time?
No, it wasn't. It was afterwards, because I remember my grandma was telling me we had to wait 24 hours and stuff. Cause I remember she was on the phone with the detectives, and I came in the room and I was asking her questions like, what's going on and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
She was telling us like, okay, Naziah's missing. We don't know where she was at. I seen her. She got off the bus. And it was just that. And then that's when we started going out looking for her and stuff like that. And then when the next day came, that's when the situation, that's when everybody, the attention, it started getting bigger, because, she haven't came up nowhere. Like, she ain't come back home, nothing. And it been hours, it been a whole 24 hours go by, and she still haven't came home. So, we just took our time and went out there, went to go look for her, try to trace everything, her phone, all that.
So let's back the story up. She go missing January 9th.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get a call at night, or you get the call the next day? If you can recall.
The same night. The same night. Because, it was...
So who called you that night?
My grandma.
Okay.
She told me Naziah was, missing and stuff. And I'm like, how?
Did she say missing, or she ain't come home yet?
Come home yet, but...
So in y'all mind, y'all thinking she probably with a friend, or y'all just brushing it off like, oh, she gonna pop up in a few hours?
I thought she went to after school, because she was in after school programs and stuff. I thought she stayed for after school programs. So then we went to go look. We went up to the school. She wasn't at the school. We went to their bus stop. Last thing they said, they dropped her off at the bus stop. And my grandma contacted her, went back to the school, got the accent. Who was the last bus driver and this and that, and then in the area, we was going to everybody's house who had cameras and, seeing if they had any footage on anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that where that one footage came about, where she was walking down?
The lady had a Ring camera, caught her, walking.
Okay, so I read, some of her friends' Instagram pages. Because it was said that Shannon and them said her friends probably said she just out effing.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's honestly, I don't even know why she even said that, but she said she was going off of what her friends say. I'm not finna go off with nobody's friends say.
Right. She's still missing. She's still not here. It's not okay to be out 13 effing,
You shouldn't even be doing nothing at that age anyway.
Yeah, so why would that be cool to just say, oh, she just effing? She'd be home.
Why would you even say that about your own niece,
Yeah, so that gives me indication that she knew she was at least sexually active. Now, however, I go to some of the friends' pages. I see one of her best friends. I think she had about 3. She got it on her page. The bio say age ain't nothing but a number. So did you see?
No, I don't really.
Did you?
I don't really,
Her female friends. So most
the
of them,
only
they
female
probably.
friend that I knew she had was Maya.
Mm-hmm.
She was close to Maya, but Maya was hurt. Like Maya couldn't even talk. Her best friend was, she couldn't even talk. She didn't know what was going on.
So have it been any indication, like any of her friends said she did tell us about Jarvis before? She did mention this.
No, but they did say she mentioned that she was leaving and that she was pregnant.
Okay.
Once we got all the information back from her friends and stuff, when the detectives talked to her friends and all, and they were saying that the day she was in school, the same day that she left, and she got off the bus, she was telling her, like, I'm leaving, y'all. I ain't gonna see y'all. And then,
So was that indication she was thinking that they was going to run away together, maybe, you thought?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because the police, they had cracked down on a lot of skip houses. There was a lot of skip houses around in the area that I stayed in that kids was going to, leaving school early, going into the house, I don't know, doing whatever.
Okay.
They cracked down on a lot of skip houses, and Nasiah was not found in none of them.
Okay, and then later it was found she was way in Ypsilanti. She's here.
So in my head, I'm thinking like, okay, she moving this fast. It must be a movement. She must be in a vehicle or it must be mobile, moving body, something. There's no way you at these spots that quick. I mean, my sister fast. She can run fast, but just like thinking of like, how. I'm looking at the mileage and distance and stuff. How far she has gone, and it's just crazy. Like then when they look back, I look back at the court when they saying all the spots he been stopping, River Rouge, and it's crazy. Far out Ypsilanti,
Hotel rooms he checked in.
Yep.
But being that she wasn't reported missing to the very next day, do you think that because your grandmother didn't go down to the police station and say, look, she missed and she didn't come home, y'all, it's past 4 or 5 hours, she really didn't press the issue, they probably could have issued an Amber Alert, maybe, that gave him time to do more to her body, like dispose of it, or... So you do agree with that theory,
I do agree.
He had more time because they waited that whole 24.
Yeah, it had to. Like they wasn't. I feel like they wasn't on it like they was, like they should have been.
Only because the auntie saying what the friends saying.
As soon as when she went missing, and they found out, like, you feel me, like they was putting all the pieces together. Like some stuff was making sense, but at the same time it wasn't. Like her school ID was found over there by Henry Ford.
In my hood, now I'm so motherfucking mad about that. That's why I'm from 7 Mile Evergreen. I'm like, I know he did come this way and drop a clue bomb over here.
It's crazy. And it was a old lady found it.
Yes.
She was across the street and she didn't even want to touch it. Because, she didn't want to be a part of it. And I understand that. But she said it was just something about the ID that once she seen it on the news, she was like, okay, now let me go get this ID.
Yeah.
She picked it up to the best of her ability. So shout out to her. I do appreciate her. And she, see this.
What's another crazy theory was the one shoe in the outfit that was found with the hoodie at River Rouge.
That's deep. They found both her shoes.
Oh, they ended up finding both of them?
I think they found both her shoes and a piece of clothing, and the DNA did match, and the hoodie matched too. So,
what I thought was strange...
Did you see the holes in it?
Yes.
And the blood?
Yes. What I thought was strange was that the outfit would look pink, and then the shoes was like red and black. It looks as though like she changed because I don't see, it didn't look like that was the last outfit in the last picture to me. So that gave me indication. Did she go home when she got off the bus and changed and met him somewhere else?
I'm thinking if she probably has some clothes in her bag or something.
Yeah, because it's like these clothes.
The kid said Nasiah, she was in the bathroom and she had some clothes in her bag. So I think she has some clothes in her bag.
Like she packed some clothes in the bag. Yeah, because that make more sense because pink and red don't go.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking the way she looked kind of stylish, or a young girl that's trying to get the attention of an older man, they come their best foot forward.
Then she had, then they caught a picture of her on the bus with her coat on and her book bag. And she, that be playing back in my mind every time. Like, dang, she got a book bag. My little sister was on a bus by herself. She got a book bag. You know what I'm saying? Never not knowing what's inside the book bag.
Yeah.
It could be another phone that he gave her or something or anything.
A lot of people were saying that there's another phone. There's another phone.
Yeah, that's what I feel like too. But sooner or later, I feel like he should tell us, everybody, where she's at.
The truth.
So this case we can get justice for my little sister.
And of course, that is something that has been coming up, whether or not Neziah Harris had another phone. He said her brother said he believes that there was another phone. Of course, the grandmother waiting to report Neziah Harris missing. Vari has done other interviews, and he said that his grandmother said that, she had to wait 24 hours to report Neziah Harris missing. Now, you just heard from the brother where he talked about it more. What are your thoughts about that? And I wanted to ask if there's any, people from Detroit or around that area that knows. It's always interesting to me that, her grandmother went to Detroit public schools to report Neziah Harris missing as opposed to going to the police. A lot of people, if you listen to the previous interview on my page from Miss Kenya, and Miss Kenya is Roxy's mom, and they're distant relatives of the family, and Vari kind of spoke about them too. But if you listen to her interview, she said she believed that Annette, who's the grandmother, intentionally waited because they were trying to cover it up, or they were in on it, and she said that was to buy more time. What are you guys' thoughts after hearing Vari related to his grandmother Annette Harris waiting the 24 hours? And then keep in mind, and I should have said this before, the little girl that testified, she's the one who was the minor. She's Neziah Harris' cousin. She was the minor. She testified. Her testimony, of course, was off record. There's just transcripts of it. But she's the one that said that she was in the shop and she witnessed Neziah and Jarvis, having relations, and that he tried to have relations with her, but she recognized what he was doing and she stopped him. So that was kind of the extent of her testimony. Now we're going to get into Vari telling the police where he believes that they should, maybe they need to look at an additional suspect. And, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on my page. And the video here is of Jarvis Butts and his an older daughter that he has. Allegedly, he was taking her to the prom, and that's what this video is now. But please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Once I get to feeling better, I definitely will, be back to posting some content more. So I appreciate all of the support that I've been receiving. Thank you.
I was with the internet, but like I said, I'm gonna clear it up. Like, if y'all could just ease up on her, just ease up on her. Like, I feel like the attention should be more on Shan. That's what y'all should be looking at right now. Like, my grandma, like I said, she was sticking her O and she was blind. Even though she should have been on it and should have did her job. She old, and y'all can't take that away from her. So I'm gonna just clear that up.
Yeah, everybody
focus on Shan, not my grandma.
Okay. Because everybody know when you live with an older grandmother, you can get away, a grandparent, you can get away with a lot more than with your own parents.
And I know a couple, everybody, it's a couple of grandmas. I know it's a lot of grandmas out here that's strict. I know probably even a couple of y'all parents was probably strict.
Of course, yes.
And that's just honestly, like, everybody not, perfect.
So they out here harassing. I mean, they taking pictures, catching her at the grocery store with the kids
and stuff, all types of stuff.
But I just think, I'm not saying they not going to do the same thing to Shannon, because the public is in an uproar.
Yeah, everybody mad. I'm mad myself.
I mean, I've never seen a case this big, and the people is mad. Like, people are angry at the grandmother. People are angry. They're angry only at the grandmother, They going around saying she locked up refrigerator, the food up.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Put the lock to it. She had her own little personal fridge. We had our fridge, our own fridge, and she made sure we was good on food.
Yes, because nobody was malnutritioned in the home. They said, when I read a few things, they said that nobody was like underweight. The kids wasn't abused, no marks, because CPS definitely did their job with that. You know, they gonna check out the kids.
Yeah, they gonna have a personal conversation with the kids, because I went through that. Like before, when we got adopted by my grandma, we used to have our own social workers. They used to come out, question me and my little sister, ask us questions and stuff. We used to just keep it honestly with them. But like you said earlier, a lot of families sweep stuff up under the rug, and you'll never know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're at your grandmother because of that. They at Shanny because they feel like, Shanny, you knew.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you dealt with him before you even dated him. You already knew his background. Regardless of what he got locked up for. You feel me? Probably gonna be a child predator no matter what.
In every range of their life.
Stay with him, man. And ain't you, even when you a person, don't you gotta wherever you live, you gotta knock on the door, and you gotta tell your neighbors or whatever
Well, it's been said that every Halloween, I think they have to turn themselves in. Child predators, they can't be out. They have to turn themselves into the police station till Halloween is over. It is public information that you do have to report that you are a child molester. You can't be around certain
you can't be around kids.
Playgrounds, all of that you can't be in that facility. But like you said, he was working with a lot of them. And then here we have King on the stand who wouldn't even point him out. Yeah. When they asked, was he in the courtroom? What do you think about that?
He referred the question to me one more time?
Yes. That King was who was on the stand, which is Jarvis' partner that they stated in court. They asked him, do you see Jarvis in the courtroom? Can you point him out, point on a piece of clothing? He said no.
I feel like you're a part of it. That's because remember when they said that he had somebody else with him?
Yes. He was driving.
Think about it, it might be him. That was probably with Jarvis, and it's hard to say, but he don't want to say it. He's not trying to give it up. He's trying to give himself up.
Yeah, he stated that Naziah was with him that day in the car and that, but he wouldn't point him out in the courtroom. And I feel like he's guilty too. I feel like both of them did something in cahoots with each other.
Suspect, for sure. I feel like if the police watching this or anything, any detectives, anybody watching this, I feel like y'all should look into him.
Well, he locked up right now on a violation. Yeah. That's why he was in a jail suit, because they got him you can't come into police contact on probation. And he's actually was locked up for beating his pregnant girlfriend up. That's why he was on probation.
But do you think he did that on purpose? Just to be in there with Jarvis? I just
feel like he knows more than what he's going off. He's covering for a friend. Even when they called, he was happy to hear from him. Like, what's up, man? It's certain things I wouldn't accept. Nobody can call me that's on trial or about to go to trial for the disappearance of a little girl I saw him with.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I couldn't answer. I couldn't put $1 on the books. He was saying, you straight when we put something on the books? It's like, wait a minute. I know we can't pick our family, but we damn for sure can pick our friends and associates.
I agree. I totally agree with you.
So, with that being said, I want to thank you for coming, sharing your story, and telling your truth. And what else you got coming up if you like to discuss right now with us?
I do have music dropping and all. I'm finna start my YouTube. Well, I do have a YouTube page, Life with Vari. You can put all caps. Okay. And I'm finna, I'm just this is a